Alright guys, in this one I'm going to be going over 10 things that only OG players, well not really, well some of them are for OG players, but some of them like if you played the game like 10 months ago you would know as well. So yeah, I'm going to go over 10 things that only OG players will remember. Alright, so the first thing is that when Deepwoken first dropped, okay, everyone was making these fan-made maps, okay, because in the first few weeks of like launch, okay, no one knew the map like at all. Like it took me like a month to learn the map, but my friends learned it faster. But yeah, people made maps, especially exploits, they made maps of the entire game. And I'm going to put one of the maps on screen now. This was like one of the most known maps of all of them, but there used to be a thing on the map called Kaido's Grove, or like Kaido's Den, okay? And it was like a place at the very bottom of the map where Kaido like always spawned when you went there. So everyone called it Kaido's Den or some shit like that. Like, and then another thing, there's like 2 in 1, okay? This is the first thing. There was also on the Hive Island / you know, Star Swap, everyone just called the whole island Hive. It always said in capital letters, do not go here, with like a demon skull emoji, because literally like no one wanted to go to Hive back in the day. No one at all, bro. Like when Deepwoken first dropped, it was like the scariest. It was like hell mode, okay, but like in the oval. Like no one wanted to go Hive. Everyone was scared of it. Like on every single one of the maps, it used to say, do not go here, like over Hive. So yeah, only OG players will remember that. All right, another thing, the second thing is when Deepwoken first dropped, you didn't spawn with any training gear for the first, like, I don't even remember, but you didn't spawn with any training gear for a while. Like I don't know when they first updated it, because I don't think I was playing at the time when they did it, but when Deepwoken first dropped, there was no training gear at all when you spawned. Like you spawned in with nothing. You had to talk to the guy, grab the notes, and buy one training thing. You could buy one training thing of your choice, and then you had to go all the way to lower research and then farm for a bit to buy the other training gear. But yeah, you didn't spawn with any training gear at all. All right, the third thing is, I know a lot of people will probably remember this, but there used to be luck in the game. Like everyone used to like grip freshies for luck, like literally. Like there was literally videos of Nano Prodigy just ganking people in the depths that are like lower level than him and the same level as him, just because of luck. Like literally just because of luck. Like I remember him having what's it called? He was one of like, oh yeah, crap. That brings me to another point. Okay, when Deepwoken first dropped, Shattered Katana was like the rarest weapon in the entire game. No joke. Like people were looking up YouTube videos on how to get it because that's how rare it was. But yeah, he had a Shattered Katana, but then he figured out that the rifle spell was like better than the Shattered Katana, and like he just made videos of him like revenging people. Because revenge used to actually like make you go forwards even if you missed it. So yeah, revenge was like really good back in the day. But yeah, luck was a thing, and it was a big deal. Everyone gripped people for luck. All right, the fourth thing is Primadonna. Primadonna used to guarantee drop 1 gem, but he could also drop 3 gems. Like that little chest at the start that only has like one Umbral Obsidian for now, for some fucking reason. That used to drop guaranteed 1 gem, but I remember it used to drop 3 gems quite a lot as well. Like when I first ever killed Primadonna, I soloed him and it dropped 3 bloodless gems, 3 flipping bloodless gems in that chest. Like imagine that, bro. And back in the day, deep gems were the rarest thing in the game. Like getting a deep gem, because there wasn't any layer 2 or anything, and deep gems were extremely rare to get from the depths. Like extremely rare. They were rarer than enchants, bro, I swear, to get a deep gem. Like bro, everyone used to farm Primadonna for deep gems. Like everyone, that was the method back in the day to get deep gems. You just farmed Primadonnas. You like, boys, let's hop on, let's do some Primadonnas, we'll take it in turns, who gets the gems, we'll split them evenly, all that good shit. All right, bring me on to the 5 point. That's gonna bring me over to the 5 point. I mean, enchants used to be rare as hell, bro. Like, so okay, so let me explain the story of enchants. Enchants used to be the rarest thing in the entire game, especially weapon enchants. People would trade like at least what's it called? Like no, you couldn't even trade anything for weapon enchants. Like that's how rare they were. You could only trade weapon enchants or weapon enchants. They were like the rarest thing in the entire game. Seeing someone with a weapon enchant was like probably as rare as seeing someone with Snarv and Rogue Lineage. You guys played Rogue Lineage, but like, well, back when Rogue Lineage first dropped, okay, I'm not talking about like now, like everyone has Snarv, but basically back in the day, and like weapon enchant, seeing someone with weapon enchant was the rarest shit in the game. They were either an exploit or a BMer back in the day. They used to be extremely rare, and then like after like 10 months or something like that, they made enchants a lot more common from chests. And then on top of that, then they added Lapis, so you could trade like 3 armor enchants for a weapon enchant. And then after that, now they've added layer 2, you can literally get a free enchant of choice, and you get like enchant stones and shit. So enchants aren't like worth anything now, but back in the day, if you had a weapon enchant, you were considered a god, bro. Like, and like people thought you were a BM or an expert back in the day. Like I remember Lord Sendo and other YouTubers like that, they had weapon enchants, and then people immediately thought they were BMing or shit like that, because there's no way they could have got that legit. That's how rare they were. All right, that brings me over to my 6th point. Back in the day, there was a point in time, I know a lot of OG people remember this, there was a point in time for like a week or so like that, or a few days, where everyone in the game had a bloodthirsty Shattered Katana, a bloodthirsty in specific, okay? a bloodthirsty Shagatana because someone decided to go ahead and dupe like shit tons of them, and I'm pretty sure they were selling them for like $80 or something like that. And then everyone in the game had one. Like everyone that I saw, no, it can't have been $80. It was probably cheaper than that, to be honest. It had to have been cheaper because I saw everyone having them. And then after like a week or two, this is literally the reason why they added the soul bounding feature, by the way. Like only OG people remember this. Like the reason why they added the soul bound feature is because of this dupe event where everyone had a bloodthirsty Shagatana. So what Archmage did is he pinged everyone and says they're adding a new update. It basically fixed dupe pretty much. And what happened is if you had a duped weapon on you, it would that was duped, it would like complete vanish, like it would void itself from your inventory. And they made it so you have to soulbound shit and you can't drop shit anymore. So like anyone that had the enchant previously, like I don't know, they basically just voided every single enchant in the game pretty much at that point. Like every single bloodthirsty. It affected a lot of legit players that traded for them, but it also mainly affected people's bank account because people bought shit tons. Alright, that brings me on to the seventh thing that only OG people remember. Tainted Sorrow. Tainted Sorrow was an enchant on fists. I'm pretty sure it was only on a fist enchant. And what it did is it made it so when you M2, it's kind of like, if you guys have played Elden Ring, there's a boss called, oh crap, I forgot his name, bro. Radahn. And he has a move where he stamps the ground and pulls everything near him, like into him, basically. It pulls everything in near him. And that's what Tainted Sorrow did, I'm pretty sure. What it did is when you M2'd, it like would suck everyone and bring them to you and do damage to them pretty much. And this enchant wasn't supposed to be added to the game, it was a mistake. And people started duping it, that's how people got it. I remember Edgar had one as well and he made a video on it. But yeah, it was really overpowered. They removed it from the game instantly and like fixed all the duping problems with it. But yeah, Tainted Sorrow used to be in the game and it was OP as fuck. And obviously you could only get it for dupes, so like people giving it to you, they've duped it. This brings us to the 8th point that all kind of like duped, like brought together, kind of. But yeah, there was an old Deepwoken trading hub. Even I made a video on this. But yeah, what the guy did, the leader of the Deepwoken trading hub, the first one ever made, he was a rich guy on Roblox. He had millions of Robux worth of limiteds. And what he did is he like DM'd a bunch of YouTubers, like popular ones like Agamasso and Edgar, and he got them to advertise the server. And what happened is he paid them a bunch of Robux. He even paid me like 1,000 Robux to make an advertisement, and I got like 30k views, I remember. But yeah, what he did is he got everyone to advertise his server for Robux. It had thousands of people in it. But then Archmage told everyone to leave or they would get banned from the game. You might be wondering, why would he do that? The reason why he did that is because after a few months of the trading hub being active, the leader of the server, he got baited out for being a BMer, and he turned the server into a black market server. If you guys don't know what black market server is, it's basically where they have MMs that you pay real money, like real money to do the trade, which is not like, you're not supposed to be able to do that, otherwise you get banned from the game. And they also made it so you can like buy stuff for real life currency, which is not allowed on Roblox. So it was a BM server, everyone left the server. The owner of that server was on something else, bro. It was on lean. Like I remember Agamatsu making a video on it, bro, like telling everyone to leave it, because I don't know what the fuck that guy was smoking. But yeah, he decided to ruin that entire server and make it into a BM server. And only OGs remember this. Sorry for my mic quality, but this brings me on to another point. I was rewatching the video, like this old video of me killing Primadonna, and I was looking at my ether bar and I was like, what the fuck? So basically I wanted to add this in as well. It's like a bonus thing. Pretty much back in the day, a lot of OGs remember this. You had to train your murmur. Like as soon as you got auto murmur, you had to train it, even if you was max level. Like you had to use it and hit things with it to like regain ether. Basically, the longer you like, it was kind of like training climb on Rogue Ninja. Like the more time that you had the murmur activated for, like the faster it trains it, and the more you train it, the longer it lasts for, until the point where it lasts forever, pretty much. So I just thought that'd be a cool thing to add to the video. Alright, another one. I don't know about this one, to be honest, about OGs remembering this one. I'm pretty sure people will remember it, like even if they're not OGs. But Providence Swans used to be one of the best enchants in the game, if not the best enchant for the game. The reason why is because what it used to do is it used to do percent damage, and it didn't used to have a cap. Now it has a cap of like 500 damage it can do, or some shit like that, something trash, okay? But what it used to do is it used to do like 5% of their max HP every time like they hit you. So every time you parried something, it would do 5% of that max HP. So this is amazing for killing bosses like Primadonna and Kaido, okay? If Primadonna, like, if you guys know what Primadonna is, like, you know fighting Primadonna is just parry combat. It's just parry, hit, parry, hit, all that shit, okay? So you'd be parrying them the entire fight. Every time you parry them, I'm pretty sure it has like 30k health or 60k health, something like that. So you're either doing like 3,000 damage per parry or 6,000 damage per parry, something like that. It's like, not 6,000, but you get the point. It does like 5% of his max HP per parry. So it would make it so you could literally kill Primadonna in like 1 minute. I'm not even kidding. You could kill him in 1 minute just by parrying him. That's how overpowered Province Swans used to be. They nerfed it. In my opinion, it did need a nerf, but they nerfed it so badly that no one uses it anymore. Maybe it could do with a buff, maybe up the damage cap that it could do, but yeah, no one uses Prominence Swans anymore. It's pretty bad. It used to be the best enchant for PvE though. Actually, no, that's a lie. The best enchant for PvE used to be Vampirism. I'm gonna put that in here as well, actually. Yeah, Vampirism used to be the best. Vampirism literally used to give you 10% of your HP back per swing. So if you were doing like, if you had like 10 mobs on you, like every swing you do on a mob gives you 10% of your HP back. I remember I had a Vampirism Shark Katana at one point, and I was doing depth summoning by myself. I had a corrupt King Croc on me, a normal King Croc, 2 corrupt Lionfish, 2 corrupt Sharkers on me at one point. This was before hell mode was even a thing, and I remember I didn't take any damage at all because I just kept on M1ing them and like restoring all my HP per swing. Yeah, Vampirism used to be OP as fuck as well. And the last point, the 10th point, is when the game first dropped and they first added Hero Blades. Hero Blades were the most overpowered thing in the entire game. Like everyone would like that played the game when it first launched would know this. Hero Blades were the most overpowered thing in the game. I remember there was like hundreds of people complaining about it in their videos. Like even me, I made a video complaining about it as well, but a lot of people made a video complaining about Hero Blades being too overpowered, and rightfully so. And after a few months of abuse to the devs, they finally nerfed them, and the Hero Blades like became really balanced. Well, they became pretty bad in my opinion. Like people stopped using them. But back in the day, like people used to just go Hero Blade. It would give you more stat points, because what people used to do is go like 100. I remember me, like everyone in particular, they used to go 100 medium, or like 100 their weapon stat, and they would go 75 of their element just so they can do more damage with it. Because no one actually uncapped it and went 80 back in the day. Like let's be real, no one actually did that. They just bought their elemental 75. So with Hero Blades being a thing, people didn't have to get 100 medium. They just fucking equipped them Hero Blade. They had 100 extra stats. Like what was the point? Like there was no Shrine of Order back in the day either. Hero Blades were the best thing in the game. Everyone used to run them until they nerfed them. Obviously, they nerfed them into the ground, like rightfully so. But yeah, only OGs remember that, in my opinion. Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video and it brought back some good memories, please remember to like and subscribe. I'm gonna show you a funny clip now, just because like you deserve to watch this clip if you've been watching the video all the way through. And that brings me to another point. This is a bonus point. Every time you were in the depths, people still do this, but back in the day, no one knew how to fight owls. Okay, so when a corrupt owl would spawn, I'm not even kidding, how guilds of like max builds, like 5 people that all had max builds, would log instantly. And I'm gonna show you a funny clip of me and my guild doing that back in the day.
Feathers? Spawn it! Spawn it! He ran into it! No! No! It's log!
Alright, if you guys enjoyed this video, I hope it brings back some good memories as well. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a nice day.